So what are we seeing? We are seeing a finished workbook for the last challenge. So whenever we select a field from here, and we basically goes here and to refresh the data, right? Okay,
Yeah.
just refreshing. So if I said, like, this can be automated with VBA. So let me explain you how we can do that. Then later we go into the hands-on session with the new dataset that I've recently shared. Okay, so to automate this using VBA, there's only 3 simple steps involved. One is to record the macro, the process that we are doing to refresh it. Number 1, assigning a that particular subroutine or code to a button to do it by single click. And third one, assigning that macro to this particular cell. Whenever the cell change, that macro will run. Okay, so let's step in to do that. So first, as I said, we basically need to refresh this one. So that's our goal, right? So we'll record a macro. I'll start recording. I went into developer and I'll click record macro, and it asks for a name. So I'll say C2 underscore refresh. This is going to be my macro name. I'll click OK. Okay, should not have any. Syntax is incorrect. Right. Okay. Now it started recording. You can see over there. What we need to basically do? We basically want a code for refreshing this particular challenge too, right? So I'll click on this refresh. Now that got refreshed. Now what I'll do? I'll just stop my recording. Now if I go into Visual Basic, okay, I'll open this module. All right, so here you can see, right? So refresh C2 is the one that we've named it. And what are we doing? You first selected N9, so it said you selected N9, and then we refresh that particular query. So you can see code automatically generated to do the process. So whenever we run this macro, that query will be refreshed, right? So this is the step 1. Now what we need to do, we basically need to have an either refresh button or so. So for that we'll go into insert, form controls button. First one, we'll place it over here, and it asks for which macro you want to assign to that button. So let's say refresh to, and click OK. Okay, and then let's just rename this refresh. Okay. All right. So whenever we click on this, this particular data will get refreshed. So let's say we want to look for mail, and we'll be getting mail. Okay, this is step 2. Now step 3 would be automatically assigning this particular code into this cell. Whenever the cell changes, this particular table need to be automatically changed. That's our main question, right? So for that we'll go into VBA, and we are in basically sheet challenge 2. So we need to go into sheet 2 or challenge 2. Then we need to select worksheet. Here whenever cell got changed, we need to run that particular macro. So I'll select change. Okay, and this is not required. I'll remove that. So when this particular subroutine will run, whenever some change has happened in this worksheet, sorry, right? So if I call that macro, the one that I created, this one refresh to in here, so whenever a cell got changed, this macro will run automatically. All right, so okay, so let me explain you how this is going to work. So I'll just put in some message box saying hi. Okay, and drop that here. Now when if I change this here, so you can see hi has come. So that means whatever the code inside this will run whenever a cell in this worksheet got changed. Okay, not only this, even if I change one, you can see it's high. Now we basically want to have we basically want to run that code only when this particular cell gets changed, right? Only J17 gets changed. Only for that particular cell only, we basically need to refresh that this complete data set. We basically need to assign that macro. So to do that, what we'll do, we'll have an if condition. So I'll say if we have a function intersect. So you can see here, right? Target is the cell that got changed. So if the target, comma, what cell we want to check? We want to check for J17, whether that if the target and J17 are same or intersect, then we want to run that particular macro. Right? I'll say range J17. If these two intersect, then we're going to have some value in there. So if they don't intersect, then I'll just say nothing. If there's no intersection between them, then do nothing else. That means it's intersected. Call my refresh C2 macro and end if. Right. So what are we doing? We are basically checking whether they are intersecting or not. If they don't intersect, then do nothing. If they intersected, then call my C2 macro and run that macro.
What is target?
Target is the one that got changed in the worksheet. So if you see here, right, this one, what's the range of this particular cell? It's J17. So we're going to have J17 in this target. If you change this particular cell, then target will be J16. So the cell that got changed is going to be target. I change this here. Now you can see we are getting female records. Any doubts as of now?
No, all good, Akhil.
Right. Okay, let's move on to our hands-on for today. Okay, please open the starter workbook. Let me know once we're ready with the workbook.
Yeah, opened it.
Awesome.
Yeah, me too.
So we are basically having two data files with us. One is balance and another is customer details. So in balance, we're going to have each account balance, what balance is there. And in customer details, we basically have their monthly. Okay. We basically have some monthly plan. Available in having this challenge would be based on the balance amount and the monthly. That we are having is something like this. We are having TV recharge kind of data set, wherein we've got two different Excel files. One is having the balance data, the current available balance in the account, and next one will be customer details table, wherein we're going to have the customer details and what is their current package. Okay, now so first challenge is we basically need to find when the account going to be expired based on the balance they do have, and based on the balance they do have in the balance sheet, and with compared to customer details. So here we're going to have the monthly rental amount. Is the challenge clear?
Can you repeat?
So okay, we basically having normal broadband kind of data set, wherein we've got like two tables. One is our account balance table, the current balance on this particular day, and another one is our customers account details table. In account details table, we've got a customer number, name, gender, customer state, and their monthly rental pay. So this is going to be their monthly plan that they've choose. Right. So if it's 200, then if they have balance amount as 200, that means they're going to have still 1 month left for their account to be running in active. Okay. Right. So now the main agenda here is to find when this particular account going to be expired based on this account balance on this particular day. So this is going to be our reference day. From here we're going to find how many days it's still left for each account. Okay, got it. And I've listed few helpful functions for you. You can use them as well. Step one will be connecting to those data sets. So to do that, we'll go into data, get data from file, and basically connect the first balance sheet. One. Alright, so it looks good. No need of any transformation. I'll click load to only connection. Okay. Rename this balance. Alright, I'll go into the same procedure for customer details table as well. All right, everything looks good. I'll click load to connection only. I'll click OK. Rename C_details. Right. Run up till here.
Yes.
Okay, so the next step would be we basically want account rental payment details from here and the current balance from here. So we need to match these two connections, right? Also, I'll go into combine query and click merge. So I'll select balance, customer details. I want to match based on the customer info, and it's going to be left join. And I'll click OK. I'll bring it in. Now I'll expand this customer details table. So from this customer details table, I required only the monthly rental pay. So I'll click OK. So now this is the table that we'll be requiring. So if you're ready, we can proceed into find those details. So do let me know once you're free to there. This is everyone till here. Yeah, awesome. So okay, so as this is a monthly rental level, so we basically want to have a day level. What's going to be the rent for each day? So I'll go into custom column. So add column and then custom column, and okay, I'll rename this as charge per day, and I'll bring in this monthly rental amount. They basically charge for 28 days, right? So I'll just divide it by 28 so that we're going to have monthly rent, rent for each day, or the charge for each day. So I'll click OK, and I'll change this into currency. Okay, so for each account, we find what going to be the charge for each day, right? Then what we need to find, we basically need to find how many days still left with this particular amount, right? So for that we'll add a new column, number of days left, and we're going to bring this account balance divided by charge per day, right? So if I click OK, I will just change into whole number. So with this balance, we're going to have 14 more days. With this balance, we're going to have 16 more days, right? Based on the charge per day. So we found number of days left for each account. Now we basically need to add this number of days to this particular on date to find the expired date. So I'll click here, add column, expiry date. So I'll go into date dot add days. So to which column I want to add day, to on date column, add how many days I want to add, these many days, number of days left. This one, I think OK. Now this is going to be the expire date for each account. So what have we done? So first we've added a custom column to find the charge per day. Then we've added a number of day left column. So that is nothing but account balance divided by charge per day. That gives how many days left with this particular account balance. Then we've added a new column which says expire date, in which we just added add days to this particular on day with the number of days left to achieve this expiry date. Please go ahead and do the same calculations in your book as well.
Like I got number of days left as decimal out. How do I convert it to integer?
You can click on this small icon, right, and you can just change it to whole number, or basically it used to be something like this. So if I change this to whole number, it's going to be same.
Okay, got it.
Is everyone clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the next step would be we'll just remove the unnecessary columns. We'll remove this, remove that, and this one is really not required. So I'll just right click and remove column, and I'll go into file, close and load to as in table into the existing workbook. So let me just drop the table over here. I'll click OK. You got that. I'll rename this. I'll rename it as challenge 1. And done. All right, now that's about challenge 1. Now in challenge 2, we basically need to find how many days left before the account to be expired, or if it already expired, then how many days has been passed. So we found the expire date over here, right? Okay, sorry. I'll change this into we found expire date over here, right? So based on this expire date, we need to find how many days passed if this account already been expired, or how many days are left from today. countries are challenged. So yeah, you can duplicate this query and you can work right from there where you left. I'll close this. I'll show you that again. So because anyway we created all the connections and we brought in all the expired date in here, right? So we can work from here as a new query. So to that you can right click, you can click on duplicate. That's going to be duplicated as a new query, and you can work from here as well. Instead of recreating this all the expired date from scratch, you can directly work from here. Yeah, take some time, and we'll look into the solution after. Give me a second, guys. So first we basically need to find what's going to be today, right? For that, process. I'm going to add column, then custom column. Let's name this as today, and here let's say date, time, local now. That basically returns the local time. Well, as you can see, it's like March 2nd, 9:43. We'll just have it as day alone. Okay, then we basically need to find the difference between expiry date and today. To do that, we'll add a new column. We'll say number of days pass. So we'll say expiry date minus today. Right, I'll click OK. So now you can see it's like 15 days pass for this particular account, for first account, right? And for second account it's 13 days pass, and so on. And we'll basically remove this column, this helper column, and we'll close and load to existing workbook into this workbook as a table, and click OK. Then we've got these details in. And let's rename this as challenge 2. So any doubts as of now? So what we did, we first created a column to find the today's date. Then we've added a new column to find the days difference between the expiry date and today. And we closed and load this into our sheet. Just ended up like this. Yeah. That's all I planned for today.